Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Whoo, Jim, that news you just gave me. I'm just sitting here like I want to cry. I want to cry. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm relieved. I'm incredibly relieved. I'm just sitting here. I want to cry. I'm so happy. But we'll talk about that later. But how's everybody else doing? Hope you're having a good day. I'll tell you who didn't have a good day earlier. Chantal, because while she was out and about today, she got stopped by the cops. A girl got questioned by the cops and she got searched. Yes, she did. She got searched for firearms, allegedly. Yep, sure did. Chantal was out and about and the cops approached her and said, "Ma'am, we got a call that you allegedly have firearms on you and we got to search you." And they approached her. And I don't know if a whole lot of people picked up on this detail, but when the cops approached Chantal, before they even touched her, they put their gloves on. That was before any searches began. They put their gloves on. So before we get into everything, I was wondering, why would the cops put their gloves on? They're just walking up to Chantal and they're putting their gloves on. For what reason would their cops put their gloves on? Well, you know what? I did some research on that. And let's see. Why would the cops put their gloves on right away? I just asked, why do cops put the gloves on? AI summary: to ensure safety and maintain evidence integrity, police officers wear gloves for the following reasons: to protect themselves from harmful substances such as drugs or bodily fluids, prevent contamination of evidence at crime scenes, maintain hygiene and reduce the risk of infection, comply with legal and procedural standards during investigations, enhance professionalism and public trust in law enforcement practices. So, how nasty were you, Chantal? The police officer was walking up to you. He wasn't even in front of you yet, and he was putting on his gloves. Although the person that you were initially talking to is a man, and you had female officers that searched you, when he was walking up to you, he was putting those gloves on. You must have been stanking something awful for him to put those gloves on. He must have been smelling you from like 5 feet away, saying, "Oh, this one smells bad." They must have been downwind. They're like, "Nope, nope, we got to put our gloves on for this one. This one does not smell clean." The shade of it all. So yeah, she got approached by the cops. "Hello, booger. Come here. You want up here? Hello, booger. Shed that stank." Hey, boogers. Look at boogers. It's a good shot of boogers. She just hanging the dip off. Hey, baby. It's bugs. Uh-oh, we doing the thing? We are doing the thing. Come here. Oh. Okay, there you go. I love you too. Yes. Yes, I got your ears. All right, so where were we? Well, we were talking about she did get stopped by the cops today. Somebody called in, said that she allegedly had firearms. And of course, her side of the fence, her people, are saying that somebody from Girl World did it. Although anybody that watches Chantal knows that there are people in her own chat that don't like her. So how can she know, and how can they know that it wasn't somebody on her side that did it? But let's rewind the tape back a little bit further. Yesterday, Chantal, she visited a restricted area. We're talking CIA. She went to a place where she should not have been, and she was filming, and she got stopped there too. So, question, since she visited that restricted area and she was filming, how does she know that, they weren't checking her out and they stopped her based on that? She was in a place she wasn't supposed to be. So it might not have been a hater. It might have been just like she's maybe on a list or on somebody's radar right now, and they're just following up to see what else she might be up to. My vote is a CSIS is watching her, and I love that for her. Yeah, like Chantal, like she's flying too close to the sun, and she's going to get burned eventually. Yeah, and I did see that, boo. I saw that Salah was in chat. He was talking big, saying he knows people who will beat us up. He was also claiming that he knows who made the call, and he's on the case. Not exactly the smartest thing to say from a man who wants to come to Canada. He wants to come over to Canada, and yet he's going to make threats against someone in the Western world before he even gets here. Is that something you should be doing if you're someone that you want to travel to another country, possibly live in another country? Not that he'll make it here, but still, even if you want to visit, should you be making threats to people who live in that country? No, you shouldn't. That's not smart at all. And Salah, you're not a big shot. You're over in Syria, depending on Foodie's money. What connections do you have, sir? What harm can you do? Not much. You're over there depending on a 500 plus pound woman to pay your bills and to pay your way, and you're over there acting like you've got connections. Yeah, he's stupid. He's so stupid. So we got, you're so pretty today. Yes, you are. You're posing pretty on my lap, big girl. Yeah, so thank you, Mame. I hope people report this stream for her, allowing him to make those threats before it is defeated and reported to Lava's channel. It's boogers. Yes, boogers. So we got some Twitter peeps to go over. Also, everybody knows that Chantal's been talking a bunch of smack about Sansa Cooks. Sansa put out a video 6 hours ago and kind of addressing Foodie. And I would like to react to it. Because Sansa's got absolute class. She does. She's a very classy lady. And we love Sansa. Sansa is amazing. So we got Sansa's video to go over. We got some Twitter peeps. I'm not quite sure which one I should play first. I think maybe I should play Sansa's video first. And then we can get into the Twitter peeps. What do y'all think? I think that might be a good idea. Sansa's video is not that long, and the Twitter peeps might be a little bit longer. Yes, Sansa, she's very classy, is Sansa. What did she dirty delete? Boo. Everybody's talking about a dirty delete. The stream that she did, that she was filming the government building. I don't know. I haven't been to her kick. I know that Chantal is currently on a 12-hour stream right now. And she's cooking some kind of cabbage rolls. And that looks like an entire mess. But tell y'all what. How about we just get into Sansa's video? Is it, like I said, it's not that long. And for those of you that don't know about Sansa Cooks, please check her out. Sub up to her channel. She always does great informational, educational videos. Leave a like, comment on the video. Tell her that you really enjoy her doing videos. So y'all ready? Let's get into Sansa's video. Let's do it.
So my blood sugar, I love this thing, 9.2. And I washed my hands with soap, and I did my blood test on the monitor, and it was only 1 mmol off difference.
Foodie went live for about 5 hours again yesterday, and in this video, I wanted to go over her YouTube live stream. It was the first one of the day, and she was just starting to get used to her Libre 2. She actually still likes it, so I thought it would be fun to see how she's doing. And yes, at the end of this video, me and my big fat hands will discuss what she says about me.
I love it already. Me and my big fat hands. Sounds like you don't have big fat hands. If anybody has big fat hands, it's Foodie. I mean, she and I are about the same size as far as our frame. We're both petite people. We're both shorties. Look at my hands compared to Foodie's hands. Look at these. Look at my wrists. I have trouble finding watches to fit me just because I have a child's wrist almost. And then look at Foodie's hands, looking like an entire hamburger mitt. She don't have big fat hands, though. I'm sure you're fine, Sansa.
I love it. I've been doing my blood readings all wrong. All along. You have to wash your hands with soap. Because any little residue of food can... So right now it says 9.7, but it's a bit behind. The thing with the CGM is it's always behind, right? Because it takes from the fluid in your arm.
Oh, by the way, y'all, before we get deep into this, Chantal turned up the meter on her Libre. She did have it set for going off when she hits 13. Now it's all the way up to 17. I guess because for her, hitting 13 is no problem. So now it's up to 17. She turned it up. 17 is just absolute madness. That is just dangerously high. But she didn't like the fact that it was going off so much, I guess. She's stupid.
If you Google the Libre 2 glucose monitor, you can find this information right on their website. As you can see from this infographic, the filament measures the glucose in the interstitial fluid. It takes a little bit of time, about 2 minutes, for the glucose to get from your bloodstream up to the fluid, so that's what causes the lag. Now, one really cool thing about this monitor is that it also gives you a trending arrow to tell you if that's where your glucose is now or if it's continuing to go up.
Last night I did a bit of snacking. I had a sandwich like late at night. Too many pretzels, hummus, clamato, like all kinds of stuff. And it was like watching, I could see it like going up and up and up. And I'm like, oh no.
Did y'all notice what she just said? She's like, oh, I just had clamato and pretzels. I don't think any of that would cause her blood sugar to rise and spike. What else did you eat? What else did you drink that would cause your blood sugar to spike? What are you leaving out? Because what you're saying doesn't make sense. I don't think drinking clamato and eating pretzels would make it spike that much. What other parts are you leaving out? What sugary, carby things were you consuming to make it spike? You're leaving some stuff out, Foodie.
You know? So what you snack on just like depends. Affects your blood sugar, of course.
The good thing about this is that Foodie is finally being faced with consequences of her eating. Up until now, it's been stuff that she can say is due to other things, like her mobility, her age, her liver. But now she's looking at real-time numbers right after she eats.
Yeah, cabbage rolls are delicious. Did you put ground pork in it, Teardrop? I don't know. I guess I'll make them. I will make them, but no, it's too much work. It is, you know?
Y'all look at her hand compared to my hand. Look. Look how small my hand is compared to Foodie's. What a difference, huh? My little teeny tiny skinny hand compared to Chantal's. And she's supposed to be smaller than me. I look like a giant next to Foodie.
I kept this part in here because I find Foodie's attitude towards groceries and food to be really weird. She buys all of the ingredients to make these elaborate meals, but she doesn't have much that she can eat quickly. Nothing nutritious anyway.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually Chantal is small boned. You can't tell because of her size, but if she were to lose the weight, her normal weight should be about I would say like she's 5 feet tall. Should be between like I guess like 90 to 100 pounds or 120 pounds. She should be about my size. It's just that she's very, 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 very obese. So believe it or not, just because her outside is big doesn't mean her skeleton is large. She's got a very petite skeleton, hence the reason why she's having so many issues with her mobility. Because you've got all that weight hanging off a very small skeleton. That's part of her problem.
For example, most weeks I like to make a frittata on the weekend and then cut it up into wedges for my breakfast to take to work. If it's in the fridge, I can just grab a piece at any time. This week, I've also got a bag of cherries, some wheat thins, cheese, little stuff that you can snack on if you're really hungry.
That's my current blood sugar. 9.7. So my insulin is effective then, because last night, late at night, it went up to 17 after my snack.
Wow.
What Foodie's doing here is actually good. She's having her cup of creamer with a splash of cold brew, and she's trying to figure out what it'll do to her blood sugar. She's also learning how long it takes for her body to metabolize all of the carbs that she had last night, and she's seeing it in real time.
Is this right? Yeah, 9.7. You can scan it on your arm to update it, but
Can I just give my opinion here? I don't know exactly why she's going to the doctor. I don't know why she's got the monitor, but this is just my opinion. I have no receipts to back this up. These are not like absolute facts, just my thoughts. I think she's got a medical feeder in her audience that wants this content. And I think she's also using the monitor as content for her channel. It gives her something to talk about. But it's also a way for her to get sympathy from her feeders and from her beezers, like, oh, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. This is my blood sugar. Look how high it is. And I think her feeders, they like to chase that blood sugar reading up as high as they can possibly go. So she's not really using the monitor as a way to get her diabetes under control, to get her blood sugar under control. It's just a way for her to make content, have something to talk about, get attention, may possibly get more money. Because if her blood sugar reading is, say, 9.7, then you got those toxic feeders that are like, oh, it's not high enough. Let's chase it even higher. And they give her more money for more requests. So even that is being misused, in my opinion.
So this is something that people asked about on my last video. Can the doctor see all of Foodie's data? The answer is yes and no. When you set up the app, there's a part where you can grant access to your healthcare provider. That'll go up into a cloud-based system called LibreView. The thing is, Foodie has to scan her arm in order to get the readings and create the data points.
Mm-hmm.
All of the data points are collected and organized so that you can see daily and weekly reports. This information can also be transmitted to family or caregivers who you give access to. Can you imagine if Salah could see it?
did the Libre 2 app harass me all night? I muted it.
So she muted it. And thank you, Larkana. The kidney starts leaking blood sugar and protein. That's the real problem. And her kidneys and her liver, they're both extremely damaged. She's had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease for years and also extreme fatty liver. She even said that her liver was 29 centimeters. I don't know what that would look like, but that sounds like it's bigger than normal. So it's damaged and it's bigger than normal. So I'm pretty sure it's not functioning the way it's supposed to. It is very damaged. Yeah, it is terrifying. And you heard what she just said. She said she muted it. So she got this Libre meter that's supposed to help her with her health. And her blood sugar readings keep spiking. So instead of like being aware of her health and taking care of her blood sugar, she would rather mute the meter. Oh, you're telling me something I don't want to hear. You're bothering me, so I'm going to mute you. That should tell you everything you need to know about how she feels about her health. I'm just going to mute it. I'm going to make it be quiet. She's basically looking at her meter going, shh, I said shh, versus paying attention. Oh, thank you. Oranges. Oop, sorry. Man, me and my fingers. Oh, there we go. Female livers are up from 7 centimeters to 9 centimeters, and hers is 29. That's not normal. Yeah, she muted it. Like, let's go over that part again so you can hear her talk about it.
Did the Libre 2 app harass me all night? I muted it. That's really cool how it works. I know. I don't know. You're not supposed to lean on it too much. So for me, it's like I try to seal, but next time I'll put it on this arm in 2 weeks. Sensor ends in 14 days.
To be honest, if the sensor being on that arm makes it harder for her to seal, then that's actually a good thing.
How can Sansa review my blood work when I didn't even show the results? Like, what's there to say? Like, literally, is she gonna challenge what the doctor said? Like, I don't understand what there's to react about. Lack of content, I guess.
Oh man, okay, here we go. Hi Foodie. So I'm Sansa, and my last video was called What Foodie Beauty Isn't Telling Us About Her Lab Results. I was not actually trying to contradict your doctor, I was trying to fill in the holes because you left out quite a bit. If you head over to my comment section, then you'll see that there's a lot of active discussion, sometimes by healthcare professionals like this, and people like to weigh in.
Like, react to your own self, fatty.
With all due respect, no. And actually, I do other videos. I don't just react to you. I include recipes, my own macros. I take you on trips that this channel actually pays for. And when it comes down to it, my content reacting to your content gets me the most views. That's
And you know what, Sean? Like I said, Sansa is a class act. He's like, trips that this channel actually pays for. Oh, Sansa, that was well delivered, ma'am. Well delivered. As compared to everything that Chantal does, you know, she's got her fat hand out at her beezer saying, you pay for it. You know, Sansa is being every inch the lady. But that was well said, ma'am.
no secret. See, one of the big things about being a YouTuber is understanding what your audience wants. And while I may want to share videos about recipes and travel, I know what makes me the most money. I'm not going to deny that.
I'm tired of fat on fat crime. I called Sansa fat because you can tell she's fat. You can tell her voice is fat and old.
I hate to break it to you, but me being fat isn't a big secret. I talk about it on my channel. Why do you think I'm so good at counting macros? I do it for myself, and I used to do it for my dad. Come to think of it, would you prefer it if I was a size 0? I don't think so. As for the old part, I'm 52. And yes, I talk about that on my channel as well.
So, no, there's nothing wrong.
You know what I'm going to take up for us older ladies? There is nothing wrong with being an older woman. Darling, don't you know? 50 is the new 40, and 40 is fabulous. 40 and 50 are both fabulous. So is 30. There is nothing wrong with a woman getting older, just as there is nothing wrong with a man getting older. But Chantal tries to use someone being older as an insult, and it's not. It just means you've been on the earth a little bit longer. But it also means that if you've been here a little bit longer, you might be more experienced. You might be more wise. You might be a bit more enlightened. So what's wrong with being a bit older? Nothing. Chantal's in her 40s and, you know, she's not enlightened and she's not wiser and she's not more experienced. She's got the brain of a 16-year-old.
Being fat and old, except when you're like, you have a career criticizing another fat and old person. Like, what the hell is this? Where are you qualified?
Oh, Foodie, honey, trust me, I have a career. And it's not this. Anybody in healthcare can probably figure it out pretty easily. Okay, so why am I qualified? That's actually a very good question. Well, number one, I've been watching you for years. And number two, as a reaction channel, I've been documenting a lot of your cycles. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
If you think about it, each reaction channel has their own distinctive style, right? And
Yes.
mine is to talk more about her food and health. That's just what interests me. On the medical side of things, I've got years of experience doing things like coding and billing, for which you have to do things like read op notes and discharge papers. I've worked in several different subspecialties, which I'm not going to go into here. but my current job is a lot more analytical, let's say. And finally, on a more personal note, my dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes very late in life, around the age of 78. My background here is that I helped my mom help him get it down to a pre-diabetic level after about a year. So, yeah, I'd say I'm pretty qualified. You know who else is? My viewers. A lot of them have type 2 diabetes or are caring for somebody with it. It's not exactly rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
To talk about health, where are you qualified? Are you a health professional?
You know what? On the backside of that is, Foodie, you get on YouTube and kick all the time and give medical misinformation. A while ago, you got on YouTube and you swore that you cured your diabetes when you obviously didn't. But how many times have you gotten on social media giving out information and you were not qualified? You didn't have a medical degree. You're not a doctor. You're not a nurse, but acting and talking as if you know what the hell you're talking about. So if you can do that, why can't someone take their life experience and their knowledge and make a video based on what they know and what they've experienced? Answer me that. You come on social media all the time and you've clearly got some serious issues going on, physical, mental, emotional, and you're putting out the attitude of if you just simply read a book or you go on a diet, you can cure 100% of your problems when you can't. If you are so wise and you are so experienced, why is it that none of your issues have been cured yet? For someone who has all the answers, you sure have a lot of problems and none of them are solved. So just making an observation, Dr. Armchair.
You know what I mean? Count your own calories, because clearly if you sound like you're gargling hamburgers, we know you're overweight as well. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't be delusional about it.
That's the thing. I don't think I'm delusional about it. I buy clothes that fit me, for one. And I know what I look like. So, yeah, I'm not delusional. I'm very realistic, actually.
I agree that Sansa makes too many Excel sheets. Oh, the Excel sheets are not, you're not just being facetious, they exist.
And I don't know if Sansa will ever see this reaction video. But Sansa, if you ever do hear about this reaction video, I think one of the main reasons why Chantal is coming online and insulting your looks and your voice and your content, she tends to do this because she is trying to poke at somebody, poking at you, because she wants to see you on camera. She's trying to provoke you to show yourself on camera. Because once you do that, then she's going to make insults and she's going to be insulting and, oh, look how she looks. And I mean, look at the way she treated Chantal Gucci. She got to look at Chantal Gucci and the insults were flying from her and the Beezers. You know, she wants to be able to see somebody physically and then have a go with them. Not only that, but I think there might be people in her camp that they want to see a full-on picture just so they can research it through social media, like say Facebook or something, and look up personal profiles and whatnot and cause a bunch of trouble. So I see you, Chantal. I see what you're doing. This is something you've done in the past to other people as well. You just want to provoke someone until they come on camera and show what they look like. You think your junior high school insults are going to provoke someone to come on camera, but you don't have good intentions with what you do. You're just wanting to be insulting. Oh, look how they look. Look, see, aren't they fat? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're just trying to be a bully because you're trying to provoke a certain reaction. And Sansa is much too classy for you and much too smart for you.
But her father passed away last month and he was a type 2 diabetic. She cared for him at home. Okay. Thanks for the super chat. Sorry for your loss, but what does it have to do with, you know? Don't know what that has to do with.
Go on, finish your sentence. You don't know what that has to do with what? Caring for somebody with type 2 diabetes and making spreadsheets isn't silly. It's actually pretty hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
People who are trying to get their type 2 diabetes under control have to watch their carbohydrates. So if you're not using an app, why not a spreadsheet? What's the big deal? Would a pie chart be better? No, not really. No.
Not only that, but as far as Chantal and her content, it's absolutely amazing the many different directions that people in girl world have taken with it. This one person, Foodie Beauty, has different people in the community. They've taken so many creative directions with her content. You got people that do regular reactions, that then you've got other people like that doing animations of Chantal. There was Cheyenne Jasmine doing the parodies, which were hilariously funny. You've got Miss Sansa Cooks doing the macros. I mean, isn't it amazing? All the creativity in girl world that this one person and different people have taken it in different directions. And every direction is different. Every bit of creativity is different. Like one person, many different directions with the same content. I think that speaks to the creativity and the intelligence of girl world. And songs, writing songs about her like "You're nasty." The things that girl world has come up with to be entertaining is astounding. It's fantastic.
My viewers actually like the spreadsheets. Oh, and here's a fun fact. I actually started doing the macros because I was tired of people overestimating what you were eating. Isn't that a hoot?
Mm.
But at the same time, like, I know the dangers of type 2 diabetes, and like, it's not from a lack of knowledge that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And also, I mean, I'm just saying, like, other overweight people trying to school other overweight people. It's like the blind leading the blind, you know? Like, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But the big thing here is that I'm not saying, listen to me because I'm not overweight. I'm saying, here's some information about what you're eating that I can recognize because I help take care of somebody with type 2 diabetes.
And I don't think that's entirely fair to Sansa. Because even if she is overweight, I've never seen what Sansa looks like, but even if she is overweight, there are people that are overweight that are on the path to better health, that do care about their health. And then there's Foodie, who clearly is somebody that she doesn't care about her health. She doesn't care about her weight. She's surrounded by people that are actively keeping her bigger and as sick as possible. And looking at somebody who might be overweight and saying they don't care about their health, they don't care about their life, you can't do that. Because different conditions might be going on with that overweight person to contribute to their weight. It could be a medical condition. It could be a thyroid problem. It could be something emotional, something mental. Looking at the outside of a person, you don't know what's going on inside. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what struggles they might have had that might have contributed to that weight. But just because they've gone through those struggles and they've gone through those things doesn't mean they're going to be like that forever. They might be on a path to health and you might not even know it. But Sansa is someone that cares about herself versus someone like Chantal. She doesn't care about herself at all. So you can't judge a person based on their body. You can't judge the story based on the body. In order to know the story, you have to read the story. You have to talk to the person. You have to get to know them. Then you might understand more. Everybody's got their own story. So before you judge, you should give somebody a chance and say, hey, what's going on? And then you learn more. And then you realize that maybe some of the things you were thinking do not apply.
The nicest one? I know, I'm just making fun of the spreadsheets and stuff. I find them funny. Of course, I know the dangers. You think people who are fat don't know that being fat is bad for you? Like, hello, that's just so ignorant.
Well, I think it's ignorant to smoke so much pot that you get the munchies, that you eat a whole bunch of junk, and then complain about how hard it is to lose weight. There, I've said it.
My voice sounds 450. I'm not here claiming I'm not overweight, though, and hiding from the camera, right?
Every year in one of my travel videos, you'll see a picture of me. And really, I just stay off camera because I enjoy my privacy. I also don't think that a reaction channel has to show themselves. Why would they? They're reacting to something else.
Yep.
So in summary, I'm overweight, I have big fat hands, I like to cook, I like to make reaction videos, and I like long walks on the beach. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I think it's good that Foodie has a continuous glucose monitor, and that's about it. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, junk food is pretty nutritionally void. I mean, Doritos, like, my empty bag is right here.
Why is the empty bag right there, though?
Yeah, I mean, it does have some potassium, calcium, some iron.
Not Foodie over there reading the back of a junk food bag, trying to find some nutritional value in it. This is her defending eating that junk food. Oh, it's got some nutritional value in it. Although there isn't much, I'm going to read it off like it matters. It really doesn't matter if you're eating tons of junk food, though. I mean, come on now.
Some protein, 3 grams for 20 chips. So there are, like, some nutrients, but like a cheeseburger has nutrients.
So that was the wonderful video put together by the lovely and talented Miss Sansa Cooks. I thought we'd start out with that first, and I posted, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and post the link again in the chat for those of you, because if you're not subbed up to Sansa Cooks, watching her videos, why not? What's the matter with you? If you don't know where she's at, there's a link in the chat right there. Go check her out, sub up to her if you haven't already. And we're going to move on to the Twitter peeps. All right, so let's get into that. Okay, it's time for the Twitter peeps portion of the program. So for those of you that are on Twitter, you want to follow me there? There's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. For those of you not on Twitter, that's why I do the peeps. So you guys can keep up with all the girl world tidbits and you don't have to go on the Bird app. I'll do it for you. So let me just get out of here real quick. There we go. I'm jumping around. I'm getting everything all organized so I know where I'm at. Okay, so first tweet is from Doc Remy LeBeau saying this is how she's preparing the cabbage. She didn't cut off the cabbage. She just put it in the pot like that. As my grandmother would say, bless her heart. My grandma will look at that and say, well, bless her heart. What is she doing? I don't know. I don't know. You're going to cook a cabbage like that. It's going to be a while. We're going to need a bigger pot. It would make more sense to cut up the cabbage into smaller pieces, but that's not the Chantal way. Like just put the whole thing in there like that. You need the cabbage leaves whole to make the cabbage rolls, but she could have picked a bigger pot, because look at it. Just look at it. That cabbage fills up the entire pot. How in the hell is she going to boil it? Where's the water going to go? Where's the water going to go? This is an entire mess right here. How's that going to work? That's just a horror show right there. Julia Childs would be offended. Debbie's World said it's important organizations at Ottawa Police and Communications Security Establishment, CSE, Edward Drake Building, are aware of who Chantal really is. She was stopped for trespassing on the property 24 hours ago, and she is not disabled. No, she's not disabled. Let's read the clip.
Oh, really? You have proof of that? You have proof of that? If that's true, I'm going to talk you into the ground every fucking day and make so much money off of your fucking name. You are going to want to fucking hide in a rock in a hole in Syria for the rest of your fucking pathetic life. You don't fuck me over.
There's Foodie acting like Billy Badass. And this is an older clip where she was talking about Salah. All these threats that she's making to Salah. Has she forgotten that he's in another country and nothing that she says in Canada is going to affect him over there? Like, how can she threaten him? She is not connected to anybody. She's not part of the mafia. Imagine acting like Billy Badass in another country, making threats to somebody else in another country. You're not the tough girl that you think you are, Foodie. Les Nessman's secretary says, as someone with former public safety experience, I can almost guarantee that you stepping in the vicinity of CSIS filming has something to do with this. You can't do that and expect the government not to look into you. You gave them all your information when he busted you on the property. Also, you saying over and over about you were carrying, quote, something for your protection didn't fall lightly onto the ears of your haters. You will never learn. You'll be locked in your apartment because every time you go out, you make a spectacle of yourself. I think you need to tell your paid by the day husband to shut his mouth threatening anyone. He's all but secured his inability to get a visa because threatening someone with violence from a known terrorist country does not bode well for either of you. And I'm sure your haters are putting this all together to send to the immigration department. Oh, and like I've said before, you literally are the laughingstock of that police department. You are being talked about and will be talked about for years to come as a disgusting loser that won't work and grifts online. Police officers only pull on the gloves when the person is dirty, filthy, smelly, disgusting, thought to have rugs, etc. Don't believe me? Watch the police officer when he says he's going to search her. He steps towards, then backs away and puts the gloves on. I would be so embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed. And he did too. He was walking up to Foodie. He backed up a little bit. He put the gloves on, and then he approached her again. So how dirty was she? How dirty did she smell? How dirty did she appear when he took a look at her and said, "This is for the gloves"? Gotta put the gloves on. Ugh. Doc Remy LeBeau says, this is twice now. She's regretting promising a 12-hour stream today. All right, let's watch.
You guys mind if I just close my eyes for like 2 minutes? Just like 2 minutes.
Well, I think they would mind if somebody in your audience paid for a 12-hour stream. You got the money, you got the payment. And then if you're tired, you're like, can I just close my eyes for a minute? What, while you're on stream? You're not going to cut off the camera? And then while you're sleeping on camera, that counts as a 12-hour stream? That's not going to work. Somebody paid for a 12-hour stream, either A, give it to them, or refund part of the money back.
Like literally, I just need a couple minutes. Oh.
Like, and what's 2 minutes going to do? You're going to close your eyes for 2 minutes and then what? Wake back up? I don't think so. Yeah, great content, Chantal. You're fabulous. Doc Remy LeBeau says she hasn't figured out that sitting with your face 3 inches from the onions you're cutting isn't the smartest strategy. This should make for some good screenshots. Are y'all ready for some good screenshots? Because there's some good ones in here. Let's get them.
Smell foof.
Here's one right here. Let's just pause so you guys can get those screenshots. Let's see if we can get some more. Get your screenshots here. Get them. There you go. We love that onion face. Get your screenshots here. Look at that face. Have at it, chat. Have at it. That's a good one right there. Add that to your scrapbook. Yeah, she's chopping onions. I'm stopping here so y'all can get some good pictures. I know I've got some photography people in the audience. You guys like a good picture or two for thumbnails and whatnot. Have at it. Have at it, Twitter peeps. Do what you got to do.
Okay.
Screenshot. Take all your screenshots here.
Okay.
That's a really good one. That one right there is fabulous. That's a fabulous shot of Foodie. She is so photogenic, our girl. So photogenic. I'm just making sure you guys get some good shots out of this. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. We are getting lots of pictures today. Feel free to pass these around. Give these to your favorite reactor. They can make some great thumbnails with this. They sure can. We're
going to put this aside.
So yeah, she was cutting onions and she made all these great faces for us. Doc Remy LeBeau says Chantal ended the stream for a bit to go in that ratty mall by her place and find lunch. She said she was too scared to even go have the stream still running from her purse while she went inside. Homegirl is rattled. Well, I didn't watch the stream, but I had a friend who was kind of peeking in on it. After her encounter with the cops, I heard that she went to a dispensary. That told me everything I needed to know. That although she was trying to act unbothered, her going straight to the dispensary, she was shaken up a little bit. Her going straight there, that told me she was not a happy camper. So she was, she hasn't been approached. The cops approached her. They sure did. Searched her and everything. Doc Remy LeBeau says Foodie Beauty is online in the train and hardly anyone is watching. Can't wait to see who she rages about and threatens violence against today. Hope you've got eyes on this one, Kick. It's kind of a pattern. Ooh. $180 people. When she started out on Kick with 300 people. Not good numbers considering that she has well over 100,000 people subscribed to her YouTube channel and only 300 people watching at a time on Kick. And you got to know that a portion of those are reactors and people who don't like her. So she doesn't even have 180 people that are beezers watching her. She maybe has a little over 100, but 180 out of 300 where she started. Chantal, I got more people watching me right now on my tiny channel than you do on Kick. And I love that for you. I do. I adore that for you. Piggy says, if this interaction wasn't filmed, she would have said the cop was hitting on her. So there's a police officer. And he's putting on his gloves. He's not even like directly in front of Chantal yet, and he's putting his gloves on. She said he grabbed her arm. No, he didn't. He didn't grab her arm. She wishes that he was touching her. He didn't grab your arm, Chantal. As a matter of fact, female officers showed up and they were the ones that did the search, which is, the normal procedure. If there is a woman who is a suspect, if they can, they call in the female officers to do the search. So he never touched you. Yeah, that's a real cop. That's the real deal right there. Debbie's World said, did it occur to you that it's probably and most likely one of her beezers? Well, I said that. I know the people that are on Chantal's side of the fence, they like to say, oh, it was definitely somebody in Girl World who called, but they don't know that. It could have been somebody from her side, just wanted to kick up some dust and do something and blame it on Girl World when it was actually one of them. We all know that they're liars. I mean, y'all remember I had Chantal Gucci on panel with me, and in real time, they were in Chantal's chat and telling a bunch of bullshit that wasn't true. They were saying, oh, they're saying this and they're saying that over there when we weren't even saying that. So some of the beezers are as big a liars as Chantal is. But they like to point the finger at Girl World and say, well, Girl World is responsible. Could have been one of them. They wanted something maybe exciting to happen on camera. So one of them might have made the call. They could have done it just to get her all kinds of pissed off. They want her to rage more than we do. They want her to break her cool. Like they're trying real hard. Doc Remy LeBeau says, haha, okay, Ryder, I see you. Okay, what did he say? Okay, so there was a bit of drama in the chat today. Some of the Beezers were ratting out on Ryder because Ryder gave Chantal money to twerk on camera or shake her butt. People were telling Salah what Ryder did. And Ryder's like, I don't think he knows. Yeah, here he is. I don't think he knows. He doesn't even have consistent internet. But Ryder, you are one of Chantal's Beezers. And you know that Chantal is supposedly married to Salah. So why would someone like yourself encourage a married woman, especially a Muslim married woman, to get on camera and twerk for your amusement? Why would you throw that person money to twerk or shake their butt and act immodest, knowing that woman is married? Then people in her chat were telling Salah this is what happened. And Ryder's like, oh, I don't know what y'all are talking about. So if you don't want to be confronted by Salah, maybe don't encourage Chantal to do things she's really not supposed to do. Nothing But Love says, I'm telling you, it's not reactors calling the cops. She has real haters out there. She should be worried. Yeah, she should be, but she's not. She's so busy looking at Girl World and blaming everything on Girl World and Girl is responsible that she's not putting the eyes on her own chat, because there are some troublemakers. There are definitely some instigators and fire starters in our own chat. But we always get the blame, don't we? Doc Remy LeBeau says, someone did it. Whoever you are, I love you. Oh, yep. See, this is what I'm talking about. This person says, hey, Salah, how do you feel about your wife twerking for Ryder when he donated money? So Ryder got all the way ratted out by somebody in chat. I'm sure Salah did not know that, but even if he did know that, he wouldn't care. Salah doesn't care what Chantal does as long as she continues to make money and send it over to him. She could run through the street naked, splashed in paint. And as long as she's making money, he don't care. As long as he gets his money at the end of the month. Yeah, it could have been Sheila that called. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows for sure. Yeah, he's taking his cut. I'm just going to say it. Chantal, she's basically an electronic prostitute. And Salah is acting like a pimp. There, I said it. Tell me I'm wrong, Foodie. Tell me I'm wrong. You are an electronic prostitute, ma'am. You're acting like one. And Salah is acting like a pimp. He's just over on his side. He don't have to do nothing. All he has to do is take the money. You're the one doing the work. He just takes his share of the money. Same thing with Natter. You're pimping yourself out. And you're giving them part of the money. For what? Don't know. But, you know, he's acting like a pimp. Oh, I don't care what you do as long as you're making my money for me. Okay, if that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. Have at it. All right. This is courtesy of Kristen. This is kind of a longer clip. Kristen says, with audio boosted while the phone was in her basket. So, chat, this is the part where she gets approached by the cops. Yeah, she's an electronic prostitute. What? Am I wrong? Did I say something wrong? I didn't say anything wrong. It is what it is. She's pimping herself out. And she's got pimps. And it is what it is. It's true, though. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm talking it right. No, I did not stutter. Pimped. All right, here's the clip from Kristen They won't tell you the price that you pay. All right, let me just blow this up so you guys can see it. And this is the moment where she got approached by the police officers.
The surroundings. Uh-oh, police.
Oh, there's the cops right there. Oh, there he comes. Now notice he's not wearing his gloves initially. His hands are bare. Now watch this.
Okay.
What?
How are you?
Good.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Oh, and he's taking those gloves out of the pocket. He got within 2 feet of Foodie. He's like, oh, I better get my gloves out. I got to get them out. This one's nasty. Even he was saying without saying, you're nasty. He said it without saying it. He brought those gloves out. You're nasty. Got those gloves immediately. He wasn't even approaching her to search her or anything. He got those gloves out and said, you're nasty.
What do you have with you?
He putting them gloves on. He's not even doing anything yet. Oh my God. He putting them gloves on, boy. He's like getting ready for battle.
Huh?
Do you have something on you?
No.
Someone
Yeah,
said
go
you had
ahead,
a
check.
firearm. Someone
No.
said you had a firearm. Yeah.
I'm on live, so people are trolling.
Damn, Foodie, you getting the rubber glove treatment. That's bad. That's real bad.
Okay, we're
Sorry, I'm like, there's a guy. Go ahead, check me out. Yeah. Could you mind if I'm filming? It's okay. Yeah. Sorry that they're wasting your time. Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't know who called. I don't know who called whatever on Foodie. But I would think it would, if someone really wanted to get her in trouble, it would make more sense to call the cops on her when she's doing something illegal, like smoking the green right outside her building, or say she's at the park smoking near children. It would make more sense to me. Or if, say, she were riding down the street in her scooter, which is unlawful. Like, why call the cops on her out in public? Why not do it when she's honestly breaking the law? It would make more sense. Like if you are seeing her doing something where she's breaking the law, call the cops on that maybe. But why do it when she's out in public? She's not going to be riding around high. Clearly, she's not going to be having any weapons. Why do it now versus maybe not during other times when she is, committing a crime? Somebody wanted some drama, that's for sure.
Because I'm doing a live stream, so people call the cops sometimes, like, for a reaction.
They didn't say it was a cell phone. They said it was.
Yeah, I know you have to check. I know.
Yeah.
I don't have a firearm. You can pat me down if you want.
Beatrice's daughter was transported to Cecil Hospital in a bus 4 to 5 minutes.
I'm just gonna get a female to search you.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah. That's okay. It's just trolls, but
We just have to make sure.
yeah, I know.
Everyone's safety and this is the call we got, right?
Yeah.
Where are you heading to?
Just downtown. Like I always come do live streams downtown.
But I have a lot of haters, so sometimes they call. Like they called the cops on me a few days ago. They came to my
I wonder if she realizes how she sounds. Oh, I have a lot of haters versus saying I do live streams on YouTube. There's a lot of people who don't like me. Like just the way she's talking, like I have a lot of haters. You know, after they were done with this check of Chantal, like they were talking about her all the way back to the station. You know, they had a conversation about her. You know, they were talking about her.
house, like stuff like that.
Do you have any ID on this? I can write your
Yeah,
name down.
yeah. Just a second, guys. There we go.
Yeah, you know what, Hale? Foodie wanted the male officers to touch her. Only time a male would have touched her in 9 months. See, Foodie? You paid $9,000 for Salah to pinch your cheek and pat your head. And all of it took to get more interaction from a man was somebody calling the cops on you. You went all the way to another country for some contact. And you probably got more contact in this few minutes with the male officers than you ever did with Salah. How does that make you feel? You could have got more attention in Canada than you ever did in the Middle East. Did they give you extra sauce packets too?
Oh, right?
Yes.
So like,
Oh,
here, right?
yeah. Yeah, I left from home. I took the O train and I stopped at Parliament.
Okay.
Went in the Chateau Laurier, showed them the sights, and then now I'm coming to get something to eat in the market.
And you usually between like sweet
Yeah.
stuff. You usually do talk about it.
Oh, by the way, Chantal, as far as being a police officer, being part of law enforcement, police officers, law enforcement, they are trained. They're basically walking lie detectors. There's a reason why when you meet up with somebody from law enforcement, they look you in the eye. They're looking for signs that you're lying, and you are a very bad liar. Like you've got to tell that when you lie, your eyes go to one side or the other. But just letting you know that if you get approached by law enforcement, you better tell the truth because they can pretty much pick up almost immediately when you lie. You know, that's part of their training is looking somebody in the eye, asking direct questions. They're looking for that eye contact. And if you're not giving it, they know you're lying.
Yeah, I just like take them places, film my life, cooking, clean, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm known as Foodie Beauty on YouTube and on TikTok.
You make these
Yeah.
allegations against.
This is the first firearm allegation, but like they'll call in wellness checks, so police would show up at my apartment. They'd be able to call anything they can do to try.
You know, I'm not pointing fingers because, again, I don't know who called. I don't know who did it. I have no idea. But Chantal, didn't Sheila come into your chat recently spamming the message that you ripped her off for $2,000? How do you know it wasn't Sheila? I mean, I'm not saying it was for sure, but I would imagine somebody spending $2,000 on an interview and you did not give the interview and you scammed them. Would it be a stretch of the imagination to think that person might have called in revenge? I don't know. I don't know who did it. I have no idea, but it's possible. It might not have been Girl World at all. It could have been somebody in your own chat that you pissed off.
Try to cause drama in a stream, they'll try to do it.
What's the message?
My message, just being myself. People just like my personality. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Chantal was out in public. Her beezers are watching her just as we are watching her. So just as we know kind of where she's at, the beezers know where she's at. So one of them could have made a phone call. Hello, I'm law enforcement. I'd like to report this person. One of them could have done it. I mean, they know where she's at. They can give a description. And Chantal isn't just someone that she can slip into a crowd. She'd be spotted immediately.
That's basically what I do. Yeah, I don't bother anybody. Certainly don't want to have any firearms. I don't like. I know people like it's dangerous for me because people can just go up to me. I don't even carry pepper spray because I know it's against the law. So like I don't have anything to defend myself with. Yeah. When you grab me, I'm like, what the hell? Yeah.
Hey, Chantal, like you're in front of law enforcement. Where's all that big mouth energy that you have at home? Where did it all go? At home, you swear that you're a Billy badass and you can beat people up with those meat mitts. Where's all that big mouth energy when you're in front of somebody with a badge? I don't hear it and I don't see it. But when you're at home and nobody can hear you, that's when it comes out.
No, I get it. Yeah.
We're not trying to get started with legal accreditation.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever it is.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Is there anything to help with?
No, yeah, I was just gonna go get some food. Diabetic, and I'm a bit, but I'm okay. Yeah.
Just gonna check some.
Yeah, sure.
And that's about it.
So what did they say? They said I had a firearm on. Wow. Okay.
Just trying to figure out the.
No, it's okay. That's kind of great. I know you have to take them seriously. Yeah. Thank you. Do you guys take the false call seriously? Like you're gonna investigate every call serious. Yeah, good. I don't think they should be allowed to get away with false calls. It's not right. Like it can cause someone to get hurt. Like if somebody,
You take them seriously, and I thought.
Chantal, like you're acting like the police officers are going to do something to you. I don't think they should be able to get away with that. They can cause someone to get hurt. You are insinuating that the cops are going to hurt you unnecessarily just by questioning you. Like they're going to walk up with guns drawn and do something. All they did was quietly approach you. You're accusing law enforcement of acting rashly. Did you hear yourself? You're going to cause someone to get hurt. What, by walking up and asking you what you're doing? Ma'am?
Investigate it dirty.
yeah.
So that's because you dispatched it, so they don't more.
Yeah. Right.
You need
No, I'm good. Am I free to go or? Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So I don't get trouble for jaywalking. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Whoa. All right, guys. Hello.
That nervous giggle. Embarrassed. She was embarrassed. She hates being approached in public unless it's a beezer. And even then, she's still nervous. She's very socially awkward. She doesn't know how to handle people approaching her or talking to her. But especially with law enforcement, she gets real nervous. But that nervous giggle, like I feel embarrassed, I feel humiliated. Well, you should be. But interesting that you feel embarrassed in this moment when you were being approached by law enforcement. However, you were not embarrassed to go into a restricted area and film where you had no business filming, when there were signs posted everywhere. You had no problem breaking the law, but yet when the law approaches you, suddenly you're embarrassed.
Well, I hope they find out. They were talking about somebody who, like, finding out who called in and what number and all that stuff. So I hope they get in shit, but waste of everyone's time. Thank you. Boosted my views a bit. Thank you. The one police officer.
Okay, hold on a minute. I like this comment. That was probably a warning to Chantal that they can get her at any place, anytime. I'd be worried. Yeah, I would take that as a sign of you're on the radar. We've got your ID now. We've got you on record that we approached you once. I would take that as a warning. I would. Like, they're basically letting Chantal know, we see you. We are aware of you. You are not invisible. They're letting her know, we see you.
Officer grabbed my wrist. I was like, what? And then after I saw the cops, I thought, oh, fake call. They took my ID and they ran my... So I have no warrants, which is good news.
That was interesting. I have no warrants, which is good news. Well, is there a reason why you would have warrants? Why would you make a comment like that? Were you thinking that you might have had a warrant for something? That you might have been in trouble? Interesting that she made that comment.
I know. Whatever. I mean, the people calling are going to get themselves in shit someday. That's all. That's all they're doing. Obviously, I don't have a firearm. You're just wasting time. Like, I just don't know what the point is. Like, it doesn't scare me.
And she always does this. When somebody approaches her in public, she saves that big mouth energy and running her mouth until she's far away from the area where the incident happened. This always happens. She doesn't do that big mouth energy in front of people. She does it behind their backs. They were nice to you. They did what they were supposed to do. And you're going to run your mouth after you're all the way away from the cops.
Cops stop me because I have nothing to hide. So, like, Canadian cops are, like, pretty chill. You're not going to get the same reaction. Like, if you were to call and be like, this person has a firearm in, like, you know, New York City or something, you're not going to get the same.
And are y'all noticing something? Because I kind of noticed this when I saw this clip. Look how quickly she is moving through those streets. She can't get out of there fast enough. She is not even taking her time through those streets. Wobbles is going as fast as it can go. She is basically barreling her way to that crowd. Look at the flow of traffic. People are walking towards her, and she's going the opposite direction. But she can't get out of there fast enough.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they need to get a life. Big time.
She's practically running people over to get out of there.
No, it doesn't mess up the stream whatsoever. Actually, it probably added some drama. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that was the incident in question, y'all. Thank you, Kristen. Doc Remy LeBeau says she's looking rough and headed home to find quick food. Remember, if you pick up the fast food yourself, it doesn't affect your health arc. Well, that's Foodie's thinking. That if she gets it versus a delivery guy, it must mean it has less calories. All right, if you say so. Cat side eye says she's so freaking disgusting. All right, I'm going to give you guys a warning. If you're eating something or drinking something, put it down. For the next few minutes, do not drink nor eat anything. Do you hear me? You're getting one warning and one warning only. Whatever you're eating, whatever you're drinking, just put it down for a minute. Don't have your mouth full of anything while you're watching this. I'm just warning you. Okay, I gave you guys a few seconds to prepare. You've been warned.
So anyways, I had to get some sponges because I used my last sponge. I used my last sponge to clean her litter box out. And then I thought maybe I could wash it and still wash my dishes. But then I thought, fuck no, that's not a good idea. So anyways, I had to get some sponges because I used my last sponge. I used my last sponge to clean her litter box out. And then I thought maybe I could wash it and still wash my dishes. But then I thought, fuck no, that's not a good idea.
I told you. So she took the kitchen sponge that she uses to wash her dishes and she used it to clean out the litter box. And then she thought, what a waste. I can just take the same sponge that I just used to clean out the cat's litter box and I can still wash my dishes with it. You know, because what's the harm, right? What's the harm? I can still wash my dishes with it. Why not? As opposed to, how about I just order a whole bunch of sponges from Walmart or Postmates or something, and I can have one specifically for the litter box and one for my dishes, because those things are not expensive. You can get a pack of 5 or 6 for what, $3? But she's so cheap she won't even spend $3 on a new sponge. And she can use the new sponge for her dishes and the used sponge for the litter box, because, you know, that would just make sense. But yeah, so she's washing dishes with the same sponge that she just used to clean out the litter box. Boho Chic says, wow, Chantal Marie Olive Sorrow, you are now on candid camera, as will all of your info. You knew what you were doing and you thought you'd just film it anyways and buzz the front door while filming. Wouldn't be surprised if you get a knock on your door soon. So this has to do with what happened yesterday. So this was the place that she was filming. Communications Security Establishment, CSE. This is Canada's National Cryptologic and Cyber Intelligence Agency. Its primary roles include collecting foreign signals intelligence to support the government of Canada, protecting federal government networks and information from cyber threats, operating the Canadian Centre for Cyber Security, which provides cyber security guidance and responds to cyber incidents affecting Canada. The main building on this campus is known as the Edward Drake Building, a highly secure facility that opened in 2015. It sits in Ottawa's East End near several other federal security organizations. The site is not open for casual public visits. Access is tightly controlled because it houses sensitive government operations, and visitors generally need prior authorizations. The agency also requests that unauthorized photography and filming on the property not be undertaken. So that is the restricted area. That's where she was. That's where she was filming. And isn't it something that's happened yesterday And then she got approached by the cops today. So how do we know that a phone call actually happened to report Foodie? That could have been their excuse. I'm not saying that law enforcement is lying, but they might have just said somebody called in about firearms when there was no call. Maybe that was just simply them saying, we're watching you. I don't know. But it's interesting that that happened yesterday and then she gets approached today. Are the two related? Don't know. Doc Remy LeBeau says Foodie Beauty tried her giggly act when she got confronted by security, acting like she didn't know she couldn't film. Woman, you looked right at the sign with no cameras icon and read no trespassing part aloud right before you got kicked out. Yeah, she did. So this happened yesterday. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty Chantal went to the CSE property yesterday and live streamed to continue to do so when told not to. The CSE knows she spent months in Syria and Kuwait with Salah. Chantal lives at Frontier Apartments. You may want to look into her. Well, they might. They might look into her. I think they were kind of letting her know they were looking into her. Doc Remy LeBeau says Chantal spots a hot dog cart, but then dry bags for someone to buy her lunch at a fancy hotel, just like Nina did that time she ate at the Fairmont and drank from the gravy bowl. Oh, like I said, electronic prostitute. Here's an example right here.
Oh, there's a hot dog cart. I think we should go check it out. Troy, thank you. Thanks, Troy. Yalla. Or should we go have a fancy meal in that fancy hotel? I don't know how much it is though. How much do you think it costs? I don't want to get there and be seated and then it's like $100 for a fucking meal.
Unbelievable. Sometimes she gets hundreds of dollars a day from her Beezers in PayPals. And yet she's going to beg for a hot dog. A fucking hot dog. Not caviar and steak and lobster. A fucking hot dog. How expensive is a hot dog? Girl, if you can't afford a hot dog, maybe you just need to go home. Have a bologna and cheese sandwich. Maybe have some ramen. Okay? Hundreds of dollars a day that you receive in PayPals, and you're begging for a hot dog. Well, that's on brand for you, Chantal. You're used to begging for wieners of all kinds. I guess begging for a hot dog is no different, huh? She's used to begging for wieners. Well, look at it this way, Foodie. You're in Canada. Wieners in Canada don't cost $9,000. They only cost a few bucks. What's the matter? You can't afford the cheaper wieners? You spend all that money on that really expensive wiener? You can't afford the bigger, cheaper wieners now? Damn. That's sad. That's really sad.
Oh, there's a hot dog cart. I think we should go check it out. Troy, thank you. Thanks, Troy. Yalla. Or should we go have a fancy meal in that fancy hotel?
Yeah, why don't you go have a fancy meal in a fancy hotel? See, this is what I'm talking about. Like this is how you beg. This is how you ask without asking. You mention what you want. Well, maybe we should go have a fancy meal at a fancy hotel. But notice her big butt is still sitting there. She wants something, but she's not going to go up and go get it. She's waiting for someone to give her money to go get it. This is how you ask without asking. You don't directly ask somebody, hey, can you guys go pay for a meal for me? I feel like having a nice meal, but I don't want to pay for it. Nope. She's going to mention what she wants, and then she waits. She waits to see if somebody in her audience is going to take the bait. Who out there is going to pay for my meal? Who wants some feeder content today? This is what I feel like eating. This is what I'm in the mood for. But what I'm in the mood for, I can't afford or I don't want to pay for it. So who's going to cough up the cash? Yep. This is how you beg.
I don't know how much it is though. How much do you think it costs? I don't want to get there and be seated and then it's like $100.
Chantal, you were at that hotel. And I'm sure you saw the menu. You don't remember? You don't remember how much the food was? Maybe you don't remember because somebody else paid for the meal. You know, if you're curious about how much the food is, you can call and ask, hey, Fairmont Hotel, I'm interested to have this, this, and this. Can you give me an estimate of how much this food would be so I know before I show up? No, you can't do that. Too hard. Your mind can't handle all the numbers. No. Well, if you're not caring to find out, I guess you really don't want to eat there.
$1 for a fucking meal.
Okay, so let's get out of here. We've seen that enough, her begging. Doc Remy LeBeau says, Gunther has made a grand appearance at the outing. Well, feeder content. Let's watch. Lord have mercy. I'm not fat shaming. This is just an observation. Chantal, you and I are both shorties and we're both petite. How are you not in pain every day? All that weight on you, it just looks painful. It looks like it hurts to carry all that. Oh, they zoomed in on Gunther. No. Why did you zoom in on it? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You know, y'all are going to think I'm wrong for this, and I'm sorry. Do y'all remember being a kid and you're just learning how to swim? And maybe your parents put those water wings on you, like those cushions you put on your arms to keep you afloat so you don't drown. I'm looking at Gunther and it looks like she's got a water wings in her pants. What? It does. That's the picture I got in my head. All right, Lorcana, be good. That's what Gunther looks like to me. Like those blown up water wings that you put on your arms when you're young and you're just starting to learn how to swim. If you don't want to see your Rose and Wise on my screen for 8 minutes, because you guys should be used to Goose torturing you with the Couch with Chantal pictures. So this should be nothing. I'm not showing her butt crack. Am I? I'm being decent. Everything's covered up. This is me desensitizing you to these disgusting sights. So we're not as shocked or nauseous looking at this.
I'm gonna get you.
And you had to know this was feeder content. Her putting her phone down, getting the right angle where she can show her entire body. She wanted to make sure that the camera saw all of her, front, back, and center, riding away from the camera, showing Gunter, this is feeder content. Somebody paid for this. She does that a lot now. Position the camera to where it gets the right upward angle or the side angle to show everything. The feeders want to see how big she is and how much bigger she's getting. That's why she does this. I remember back in the day when Chantal used to avoid like the front angles and the back angles. Now she just don't care. Doc Remy the Beau says, called it. She went right back to the Fairmont, the scene of the gravy drinking on the fancy patio, and this time she almost just ran a man over. Did she? Well, let's check it out.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Whoa. Oh, sorry.
Wow, Foodie. Why are you running people over? Surely you saw somebody coming up from the side. You know, one day, there's going to be one day where somebody says something to her. She's lucky it hasn't happened yet. But her getting reckless on that scooter and nearly running people over and stalking people, somebody's going to eventually say something to her. And it's not going to be very nice. Yeah, she expects people to move out of her way versus being careful with a scooter.
Thank you.
What? What'd you say?
Oh my goodness, look at this. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Wow. So she nearly runs him over, and he was the one apologizing and saying, I'm sorry. And she says, thank you, versus saying, I'm sorry. I'm surly. I nearly ran you over. I apologize. She should be the one apologizing. Instead, he was apologizing like he did something wrong. When she's the one all over the place with the scooter. Yeah, you both say you're sorry. And she's very rude. Very rude. She notice what she didn't say. She didn't say, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to hurt you or nearly hurt you. Nope. She says, thank you. Thank you for getting out of my way. Don't you know who I am? You know who my friends are? Entitled bitch. Daw. Y'all look at this from Nicole. This is what it looks like when your cat loves you, Foodie. Meet Kit Kat. Just one of my many pets. I never see BG loving on you and being happy. I only see BG biting you, searching for water, or trying to escape to the screen. Get a clue, fatso. Y'all look. Look at this baby. Look at the baby. That is a well-loved kitty. Look how... That's the picture of contentment in love right there. Thank you, Vickery, for the super chat. Chantal was spouting off one day recently, telling the chat, you don't know what I have on me to fight you, so watch out. She's getting quite the violent reputation around town. And with cops, yeah, I wouldn't want a reputation like that with law enforcement and saying things like that. But look at this baby. Look at it. That's love. That cat is, you get the little ears. The eyes are closed, sleeping in mama's arms. Duh. What a beautiful picture. I will put that in a frame and hang it up if I were the owner. Big Bertha Jean says, Foodie Beauty filming where she did. She knew it was top secret place. She said it. Now I'm wondering why she's going to Parliament and other places filming when she doesn't care about such things. A conspiracy theory is bubbling. Meandering Thought says she absolutely knew what she was filming yesterday, even trying if you can get insights easily at the first building, and they saw her there. The security guard told her. Maybe she is just an idiot playing stupid games, but it's definitely very weird. Yeah, thinking about it, why is she going to Parliament? Why is she trying to get into places that are restricted? Like, is there something to that, or is she just that dumb? She wanted to film at Parliament, and then she's trying to get into a restricted area, but why? Why is she attracted to those places? There's no food there. There's no food at these places, so why are you going there and filming, Foodie? How about stay the fuck out of those places with your camera, with your live stream, maybe? Miss Harmony says, oh, joy, buckle up. Foodie Beauty has opened another 12-hour live stream showing off her body, dry begging for a hot dog, and will now bees around July 1st Canada Day events in Ottawa. My prediction, every 4 or 5 minutes, she will pause to dramatically adjust the camera angle. Oh, boy. Let's see.
For looking at my screenshot album. Hey, Neil.
Oh, we kind of already saw that, so let's just move along a little bit. Meandering Thought says, what a weird coincidence after filming that building yesterday. This has never happened before. Might she finally have put herself on the radar? I think she has. I think they might be looking at her. I mean, they took her ID. She might be on the radar now. She might want to be careful. All right. Kalea says, I agree with this for Chantal, especially I've never seen anyone act more like a rug addict than Foodie. And yes, I'm including Amber and Rosie. Chantal, in my opinion, is worse than both of them. She really, look at how she acts sometimes. Amber and Rosie don't act like that. Yup Yup says, you're nothing but a junkie, Foodie Beauty. There's literally no difference between you and Lisa Richards. Neither of you have a millimeter of self-control because you're both full-blown addicts. And after more than 20 years of heavy use, you're both probably beyond saving. Well, Chantal is definitely a hardcore addict. She's got many different addictions. That I will agree on. And just like Lisa, she gets online and she begs every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. So Yup Yup isn't wrong. You know, it's just that Lisa is addicted to other substances and Foodie has her set of substances, but addiction is addiction, no matter what the substance is. And they both get online, they beg for funds to fund their addictions. So they ain't wrong. Doc Remy LeBeau says, at Kick, you might want to get into Foodie Beauty's live Kick stream because her chat is going crazy, issuing violent threats against other streamers. This person who said this is her husband in Syria and has terrorist ties. So, you want to see what Salah was saying? He says, whoever did this false report is going to pay. Just watch, loser, and trust. I will know who was that disgusting pig who called. So here's allegedly Salah making threats. This idiot, he wants to come to Canada, but yet he's going to issue threats against somebody who might be in the Western world. That's really smart. You want to come to the Western world, and yet you're over there issuing threats in the Middle East. Is that the smart thing to do? When you want to come to Canada, if that is the goal, and you're issuing threats, is that smart? That's not smart. That's the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, you just basically just X'd yourself right out of a visa, fool. You're dumb. You are so dumb. Meandering Thought says, wait until after or when she's back home. Quote, I hate Canada and the West. I don't want to stay here. Islamophobia, this and that. Like, yeah, I wasn't watching the stream, but it would not surprise me if she said that. I don't like the Western world and I don't want to be here and I want to go back to the Middle East. Okay, go. Is there anybody stopping you? Go. You don't like the Western world? Leave. Get on a plane and leave. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. Who's stopping you? Get the fuck out. If you don't appreciate the Western world, you can go, ma'am. You can go. You like to put down the Western world. At the same time, you like all the freedoms of the Western world. You like the food. That's for damn sure. You like the food. You like it a lot. You hoover up that food as much as you can. You know what, Chantal? I look at it this way. Chantal, the person, likes the Middle East because Chantal, the person, has problems, has debts in Canada. But do you know who likes Canada? Foodie. Foodie, the addict, loves Canada. Foodie, the addict, loves the Western world, loves all that fast food. Your addictions love the Western world. Because when you go to the Middle East, yeah, you'll spend some time over there hiding out from all the problems that you caused for yourself in Canada. But then after a while, your addictions say, we want to be back in Canada. We want that junk food. We want those fast food restaurants. And so you got to come back home for a while and go hog wild. And then after you go hog wild for a while, then you go back to the Middle East. But you got to satisfy those addictions first. So as much as you like to put down Canada, you love that fast food, don't you? You love it a lot. You can't stay away from it. But if you want to go back to the Middle East, go. Have at it. Get on a plane. Go somewhere. Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. You don't like the Western world, but you're not going anyplace else. All that money that you're getting from the Beezers, you can buy a plane ticket. You can travel. Go to Thailand. Why not go to Thailand? Why not go back to Cuba? Why not go anywhere? If you hate the Western world so much, why are you still here? I'm sick to death of you putting down the Western world, and yet you ain't leaving. You don't like it here? You can go. You can go, mama. Just get on out. What else we got here? Doc Remy LeBeau says, the rage that's coming later is going to be one for the record books. Look at her. She's boiling. Let's see.
My chest is showing? Really? Whoa! Oh no, these are not comfortable at all. These chairs. Oh, ow.
She looks hot and uncomfortable. Well, she wanted a hot girl summer. She's getting one. Just not in the way she thought she'd get it. Careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You want a hot girl summer? You got it. The universe is giving you exactly what you asked for. It's just in a different form. Always got to be ready for that. When you ask the universe for something and they'll give it to you, just not in the way you thought it would. All right. Shirley Knott says, Chantal, stop telling people to do their worst, you stupid moron. They'll always be bigger and badder. Rita's more fucked up. People on the internet don't push them. Yeah, I wouldn't. Stop telling people to do their worst, Foodie. And stop fucking people over. At some point, it's going to catch up with you. I don't know if you're over there scamming your beezers or pissing them off, but, you know, newsflash, there are more people in the world that don't like you than just girl world. You're a very unlikable person. You're not very pleasant at all. I'm sure there are people on your side that don't like you when you go out in public. People don't like you because you're rude, you're obnoxious, you're disgusting. Everywhere you go, you make a point to put things to where people don't like you. You know, like the number of people that don't like you keep growing by the day. Hey, Orem. So, like, I wouldn't be daring people to do their worst, Foodie. I really, really wouldn't. Boho Sheik says, keep opening that piece of crap mouth, Salah, and you'll both be exposed for the dirty, illegal stuff you do behind the scenes. Canadian intelligence will be on you and Chantal like flies on poop. Yeah, well, he's the moron. Because, what was it, just a couple of days ago? He was wearing a Team Canada t-shirt. And I think that was basically a nudge at Chantal that he wanted to come to Canada. So you want to come to Canada, and yet you're making threats to people in the Western world? Really dumb. Really, really stupid. That'll put you on a no-fly list real quick, sir. Doc Remy LeBeau says, Nina is at the ready with her PayPal. And it's people like this that make me say we are not the haters over here. Girl world, we are not haters. We are just people with opinions and thoughts, and we put them on lives and we put them on videos, and that's it. But these people, like Nina, they're taking an active part in feeding her addictions and making her more sick. So are we the haters? Or are they the haters? Because they're making her sick. They're making her addictions worse. We're not doing that. They are. Look at Nina over here. What are you in the mood to eat? If Chantal wants to eat, she's an adult, Nina. She can feed her damn self. Why are you treating her like a toddler and saying, what are you in the mood to eat? Like it's your responsibility to feed her. If she's hungry, she can feed her damn self. Why are you asking her what she's in the mood to eat? You want to fund her meals? You want to make her sick? I guess so. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty Salah issuing threats from Syria to Canada and the United States. Oh, let's see. So he made his initial threat. This person, Griselda, says, really? How will you know anything? Good question. How would you know exactly who contacted the cops, Salah? What intelligence do you have? What spies do you have that you will know exactly who made that call? Griselda says, how will you know anything, Salah? Come on. Salah says, Canadian police are nice and chill anyways, but the dirty pigs who do that false report will be arrested by the police. Again, how would you know? Are you part of law enforcement? No, you're not. So why are you talking all big and bad? Salah says, I will know who did that. Don't worry, hun. No, you won't. Shut up. Salah says, get ready for that investigation, you loser who did that false report. You can't investigate anything. Sit down. Salah says, okay, I will know who was that caller. She is from the United States, and she will get in trouble by the police. There is her state, I promise you. He says, I will show them. Griselda says, Salah just said he has people there. Can't they walk behind you for protection and you can pay them, his people, for your protection? He doesn't have people in Canada. He doesn't know anybody in Canada. If he had connections in Canada, why isn't he in Canada if he's so well connected? So there's Salah acting all he's all big and bad. The nerve. Yup says, remember writing this, Foodie Beauty? So will you in fact be refunding everyone the $10,000 as you promised? Didn't think so. It's not like your beezers care if you lie to them since they're no better than you. And this is courtesy of the Kiwi Farms. So here's a comment from Baseball saying, will you be readily refunding when you decide that you don't want to end your loving relationship after all? Seems there are reports of problems after the money raising for the child. And who waits a month to separate after announcement of a separation? It all sounds fishy. Here's Foodie Beauty in print saying, I will not change my mind. But yes, I would refund everyone 100%. Well, it's been months. Anybody get a refund over there? Those beezers that gave part of the $10,000 that she got from all of you to start her life in Canada, did y'all get your money back? Since the relationship isn't over, and if she's married, shouldn't it be her husband that should be helping her, not y'all? They're not broken up. They're still talking. So did anybody get their money back? I don't think anybody got any money back. And I don't think you're going to get your money back, because that's one thing Foodie does not do is give money back. She'll take it. She just won't give it back. So have fun with that. Miss Harmony says the compilation of the animation style often exaggerates Chantal's physical features and habits to a cartoonish extreme. Facial expressions, erratic body movements, heavy breathing, sudden singing bursts, or bizarre phrases hold up a perfect funhouse mirror to her online persona. So basically, what they're saying is she's a cartoon character. Let's see if that holds up.
I'm tired. You think I can just come up with stories?
Ma'am, that is literally.
Anyways, I had to get some sponges because I used my last sponge. I used my last sponge to clean her litter box out. And then I thought maybe I could wash it and still wash my dishes.
The man across the street. It has shrimp, beef, and chicken and vegetables.
Violet, you're turning. Violet, you're turning.
Hello?
Hi there, this is Jenny from Maytag. Is your refrigerator running?
Really? That's the one you're going with?
My-
Wait, I'm sorry. I have way better prank phone calls. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll think of something and call you back. No, I'm
Let
just
me
kidding.
try.
Oops.
I'm done here today.
But the fact that I know that I'm delusional makes me self-aware.
I need a snack.
Stop.
I'm a weak creature.
Not the kettle whistling on the stove with that whistling laugh of hers. Wow, that was some good editing right there.
Yeah, I'm only getting off like because
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah. Give me the kid away.
Y'all look at her island. That's her kitchen. Look at the island. Can she put any more garbage on that island? It's just stacked up. It's looking a lot like her couch. It's a pigsty. Yeah, she's a living caricature and not a very good one. She's a living garbage pail kid. No lie. That's just one day of takeout. Like You know, there is such a thing as a garbage bag or a garbage bin, Chantal. I have one and I use it. I'll take out the garbage several times in a week before I let it stack up. But you let the garbage stack up and then you make your mom clean all that stuff out. She's a living garbage pail kid. What is this? What is this?
Hey, kitty cat. We have to clone.
What's this? What's this? Yay!
Oh my God.
Why is her dish empty? I'm sorry, I'm going back to that. That bothers me. That's her cat dish. That should have water and food in it. Why is it fucking empty? There's obviously nothing in there. She's picking it up and holding it like that. Why is it empty? Where's the water? Where's the food that's supposed to be in there? You're about to piss me off, Foodie. Yay!
Oh my God. She's freaking out.
Ma'am, instead of using the light to tease her, feed her. Put some water and food in that dish and give her something. You know, I will never understand the philosophy of somebody like Foodie who makes a point to just stuff herself full of food and at the same time denying her cat food. I would think somebody who eats a bunch of food would also want to feed their cat a bunch of food. But when it comes to her pets, she doesn't give them much food. So explain that to me, Chantal. How is it that you are someone that you're overfed? You make sure that you give yourself enough liquid, but when it comes to your pet, you're starving them and you deny them water? Explain that to me. I don't understand that at all.
Look. Look. Shy-town. Jane. Thank you. Thank you. Couch salsa. Oh, you mean for a drug test? So, you voted? If you don't mind, I don't know. Pick the day that you think will have more viewers. Like what day you like better? You voted?
That's a look right there. I'm such an asshole. Get your screenshots here, chat. Get them here. There you go. That's a look. Foodie is so photogenic. Get your screenshots here right now. That's a great look. Chantal, you are as photogenic as they come. Get your screenshots here, chat. For your thumbnails, for Twitter, whatever it is you want to do. Get them right now. That's a look. Have fun with that. So,
That will be good. PayPal, I get a small
I don't know what happened here, but for some reason it's sticking.
being live and like
BJ, BJ,
okay, paneer is really delicious.
Oh, I think we got, for some reason, the footage is kind of sticking a little bit, so we'll move on. Meandering Thought says, well, if there's a place where she sees signs that she is not allowed to be there in live stream, it's like an invite for her to do it. Our defiant cutie. Doc Remy LeBeau says she's being filmed by all kinds of surveillance cameras as she rolls around filming this very well-protected complex. She is absolutely batshit. Also, she reminds us that she's still holding her poop. Well, that's her problem. Let's watch.
Oh, I hope I don't get lost. Oh, who cares? That's just a bridge that leads to the street. Okay, let me get out of here. Gotta poop.
Wow. That shadow. Wow. Even that shadow is telling on her. Wow. Yeah, and you know what? Meg? If they have surveillance cameras and stuff around the perimeter, I'm sure those cameras, they can pick up sound. I'm pretty sure you're right. And she's not exactly a quiet person. She's quite loud.
Really? No trespass.
So there's a sign right there, no trespassing. There's a sign saying no cameras, no filming. It's right there. It's right in your face. How can you miss it? I mean, she can't say, I didn't know. There's a sign right there. Right there in your face, Foodie.
Sink. Okay. Well, it's got to be an important poop bees.
Like you're in an area where there's gates all the way around. You've got signs posted all the way around. Like, I don't know what she thought she was doing here. What was she planning to do? Do a poop bees around that government building? That would not have gone well. Doc Remy LeBeau says, holy crap, her island is piled with trash. She was so careful not to show it all day, but now she's so baked that she's being careless. I bet money there's several DoorDash artifacts in there. Wow. Wow, dude. That's crazy. Like I can just see it. Like you put one more thing on that pile and the whole thing's going to come to the ground. Why does it get like that? There's things called trash bags. They work. Why does it have to get that bad? Just clean your shit up. Put things in bags where it belongs. Okay, something positive from Bobby saying just a mama and her baby frolicking in the stream. I often wonder if they have memories like we do, since they do remember people and places. So Aw, like a Disney movie. How beautiful. Mama and Bebe. That is absolutely adorable. That's so sweet. I just thought you should see that. What a magical thing to see when you're out and about. Mom and Bebe frolicking around. Dried up Twitter hag says, how? It is not that hard to clean up after yourself. That is absolutely ridiculous. Then she expects us to be as brain dead as her and believe that she cleans her own apartment. If that was the case, it would never get like this. Well, she's a single woman and I'm a single woman. And how is it that I'm older than Foodie and I can keep my place clean, but yet she can't? How can she not do it? She got all the time in the world to clean the house. And she doesn't bother. She lets things pile up. Crochet with Ashmay says he is, but it's not like I'm being hit on like anime sucks. Well, he still lets him give me money. I don't think he cares unless it's like, here's some money, baby. Yeah, he's in it for the paycheck. We have been known. So this person asked the question, does Salah have issue with men giving you money? You say he is possessive. He is possessive over money. He's very possessive over the money, not so much over Chantal. He doesn't care what she does to make the money as long as he gets his share. He's the pimp. She's the electronic prostitute, like I said. And whatever she's got to do to make that money for him, he's all on board with it. Doc Remy LeBeau says, here's the clip of her telling that she raised the threshold for the blood sugar alert to 17. I bet she set it off so many times last night with it at 13. She didn't eat very long because supposedly the Ozempic made her sick. Well, I bet it does. That's the problem that she had the last time with the Ozempic. She would take it and then she'd want to have a bee moment. And the Ozempic kind of gets in the way and it makes her feel nauseous because that's what happens when you eat on the Ozempic. So then she stops taking it. But let's watch the clip.
The alarm, I've set it so that my blood, like it goes, the alarm goes off. If, it goes up to 17.
I don't have one of those monitors. Is there like a max that you can put the monitor as far as the alert? Is there like a max number? Because hers is turned up to 17. Is there like a max number, like it can't go any higher? It's not going to take Foodie long to set it at the max number if there is one. She's an EHO. Yes, she is. She's an EHO. If it hits 17, that is coma time. Actually, try, her blood sugar has been higher than that. I think once she said there was up to like 20 something. It's been higher, believe it or not. It's been higher. I don't know how her body does it, but her blood sugar goes up to ungodly numbers and, she doesn't go into a coma or get in the hospital.
The alarm, I've set it so that my blood, like it goes, the alarm goes off. if it goes up to 17.
You know what she needs? She needs a snarky monitor that yells at her. That would be funny. If somebody could create a monitor that yells at you when your blood sugar gets too high. She needs one that yells at her. Like if it gets to a certain number, it screams at you, "What the fuck are you doing? Put the fork down." She needs a snarky one that yells at her like, "You've had too many cupcakes. Put the fork down." That'd be funny as hell. She needs one that yells at her and calls her out for her shit. That'd be great. That'd be fabulous. Doc Remy LeBeau says now she's filming all around a big secretive building near a restricted area, probably sending it to Salah for his very nice buddies. Let's watch.
Been towed.
What does it say?
Oh,
No deliveries accepted. So this building looks very, very official, and she was filming all the way around it. The backside, I guess, the front side, all of it. Foodie, why are you filming these government buildings? Is Salah telling you to? What is the purpose of going there?
whoops.
Wobbles is telling on her.
I'll check the door.
Is that an alarm? That kind of sounded like an alarm was going off or something. What was that beeping noise? Was that Wobbles or was that an alarm? What was that?
Okay, no, it's not open to the public. As far as I know. It's been towed. Oh.
Oh, so that was the alarm for her monitor? Is that what it sounds like? Like I don't have a Libre monitor thing, so I wouldn't know. But she's not taking a reading, so how could it go off then? Oh, that's the alarm for the door. Okay. So was it going off because she got too close? I think she pushed that button. What was she trying to do? Get inside and film? What an idiot.
Whoops. I'll check the door.
Yeah, I noticed how the alarm, as she's moving away from it, it's not as loud. So it sounds like door security.
Okay, no, it's not open to the public. As far as I know.
Chantal, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, read the room. Look around. Do you see anybody else in that area? Do you see any people? Do you see anybody going in and outside that building? No. Read the fucking room. There's no one else around, is there? And you're treating it like a tourist attraction. And there's alarms going off. Stupid. God, how dumb can one person be? Hectic Moment says, why the F is Foodie Beauty going to smoke her green when she knows she uses it as an excuse to have worse munchies and eat snack more right after she definitely got a bad doctor visit and lab work? Her diabetes is clearly progressing and she has less self-control than anyone on earth to begin with. Oh. is back on the Ozempic. She can't even try for one day to attempt to make better choices. Ugh. She's just so insufferable these days, and her crappy choices and attitude make me punchy. Doc Remy LeBeau says Foodie Beauty is live on Kick, scooting to go smoke, and announced that she just realized she has to go poop. But oh well, she'll hold it, must smoke. What else is new? Let's see. Oh, is this a picture? It is a picture. And she seems to like this area. Like she likes, cruising around the junk piles. I don't know why. She likes that area a lot. Let's see. Say La Vie says Foodie Beauty takes a bite. Ugh, the Ozempic. It's working, you cow. Ozempic wins. And this is why she doesn't like taking the Ozempic, because it stops her from having bee moments, which is what it's supposed to do. It's regulating your blood sugar. It's just you're trying to overeat and saying, nope, not today, Satan. And that's why she never stays on it for very long. Doc Remy LeBeau says Chantal got kicked off the property. It really was a top secret site. That security guard did not give a fuck that she's on a live streamer. She needs just 2 brain cells she can rub together. Just 2. Uh-oh. Is this where she got confronted? Let's see.
Look, it's all spiky at the top. There's no jump in that. What is in that building that's so top secret? There's so much suspense. Makes me want to go camping. What I used to...
Uh-oh.
Oh, am I allowed to be here? I'm just going for a ride. Is this a public area? Oh, this way too? Aw.
Walk it, but not to be filmed.
Yeah, I'm just on a live stream showing people around.
Why?
I just have a, I do live streaming for a job.
That's one.
I do live streaming for a job. You suck at your job. I do live streaming for a job. No, e-begging is your job. You electronic hooker. That's your job. That's your real job.
Yeah.
You can't do it here.
Oh, really? Aw.
Yeah, we don't. So if you can shut it off, you're allowed to go to the road right now.
Yeah.
You can start there. But nothing along. This is a private site.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought anything outside of the fence.
No, it's not. We just do that to be nice for pedestrians.
Oh, okay,
Not
but you
pass
can't
through.
film there. Okay.
Yeah. If you notice, actually, throughout the west fence, we actually have images telling you not to film.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So
Okay.
Since you're still recording,
I'll go on the street then.
you do that, yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
We also noticed you went to the front door.
Yeah, because I thought it was like I didn't want it to know what it was. Like, what is that building?
So we're not even allowed to tell you that.
Oh, it's a top secret. Okay.
So you need to, yeah, that's what we're like.
Pushing my luck. Okay, thank you. I thought it was a park.
No.
You thought it was a park. This is her trying to play dumb. I thought it was a park. Do you see public benches? Do you see a playground? Why would a park be behind an iron fence? I ask you. I thought it was a park. Do you see any place where people can sit down? Is it a wide open area, unsecured? Yeah, exactly. No, it's a park, but there's a no trespass sign right here, right in camera view. Yeah, she just lied to a federal employee. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what this place is. But it's obviously a very secure area. It's behind a fence. There's no way for people to get into that area. So the general feeling is stay the fuck out and stay the fuck away. That's the feeling. Whoever you are, you're not allowed in here. No one is allowed in here. Back off. Yeah, no recording. No recording, even worse. She just kept doing it. Yep, she didn't turn off the camera. She just kept her live going. You know they were watching her. She was on their camera. Yeah, I have no doubt that they have surveillance cameras with sound all around the area. And they were probably zeroing in on her, watching her. Imagine you are security, and your job is to watch the property and make sure that no one is around the property. And so you're watching the cameras, and you're seeing this 500-pound beast riding around looking very sus, talking to herself. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Because that security guard wasted no time approaching her. It was like, what is going on here? Wasted no time in approaching her at all. She wasn't there for a minute before he's like, who are you and why are you here?
You too. Bye-bye.
And look, there's your first clue. Look at that entrance. Tell me what y'all notice. I see something. Do you see something? I see the two middle poles. So clearly no one is allowed in. That's not a public access road. The feeling is stay off the property. That's a car barrier. So again, no public access. It's blocked off to where cars can't come through there. Private property.
Yeah, I guess
And she thought that she could get in because she's on a scooter and she could just scoot between the poles. I'll just come on through because I got a scooter and I can just slide my way in there rather than take the hint and stay off the road.
I was on camera, so I'm just...
Yeah, you were on camera. They got you. And it makes me wonder, is that the reason why you got approached today? That was a way of saying, we know who you are. Or if we don't know, we can find out. He asked her, why are you filming? And she was stupid. She goes, I got a live stream. So they might be looking her up. They might look her up and see what her connections are. All right, that's it, guys. That's all I got for the Twitter peeps. I hope that you guys enjoyed today. I enjoyed today. So Foodie wanted some male attention. She got it. She got what she asked for. She wanted attention from a man. She wanted to be touched. She got what she wanted. I hope that she enjoyed it. So again, like I said, that's all I got, y'all. I'm going to go. I got some other stuff that I need to do. You guys have been fabulous. I'm going to go and spend time with the queen. She said I'd do it for a job. Well, she sucks at her fucking job. She sucks at it bad. All right, I'm out. I'll leave you guys with a nice, pretty song. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.